Happy days, it is time for some FACEIT League. We are down to top 3 here in NA Expert. We've already got your grand finals set for EMEA. It is time to decide who will be in your grand finals on Saturday here in North America Expert Division. It's Iliad Helios taking on Crimsons here tonight in your lower bracket finals. And not only do we have a spot in grand finals on the line, not only do you have, improved prize money for, first and second place over third and below, but you have a guaranteed spot in Master Division on the line. If you make it to grand finals, top 2, you move automatically into Master Division. As it stands, still an opportunity for both of these two teams, even if they lose here today, but they'd have to fight it out through the promotion relegation matches and go up against, some of the teams coming out of Master, fighting desperately to hold on to those spots. So, far easier, you just take the win over a fellow expert squad here today. And, what a story we have. You have Iliad Helios is your 4th seed coming in. It's a team that was in Master Division in Season 5. Got knocked back down into Expert here for this Season 6. Looking to make their glorious return here to end out the year. Crimsons are in the middle of their own underdog Cinderella run. Let's take a look at the bracket. Top 16, of course, made it into the postseason here for North America, all the way down to top 3. And I was talking about Crimsons. This was your 11th seed. Crimsons were 10-6 coming out of regular season, but 11th seed coming in and have managed to fight their way through so many teams above them, taking out Nog Academy in their very first match of the playoffs in that upper bracket round 1. They go on to be a red hot cafe in quarters. This was such a huge upset. I would have definitely given Crimsons the edge. Well, I absolutely going to be on Magically taking on Ginger, I feel, here tonight. Captain Iceland. They're here for Crimsons. This is gonna be a great matchup. Both have very interesting hero pools, and we saw Helios definitely like to go a little bit outside the box. Another thing to keep an eye on throughout this series is going to be Ame versus Slow in the hit scan department. Both of these lights out good hit scans. Noti, this was such a good pickup. So I rated Aurora Noctis so very high, and Aurora Noctis was 1 or 2 maps from making it into Master Division in their own right last season. A big standout of that squad was Noti, and losing this flex DPS player was a huge hit to that Aurora Noctis squad. They end up falling out here in your lower bracket round 2. Like I said, Crimson's kind of had a bit of an underdog run here, but you can see after kind of the roster lock towards the end of the season here, their only loss was to Jurassic. So they would go on a 6-1 run to finish out the regular season, despite going 10-6 overall, right? So that means they were 4-5 going into that and finished 10-6. It's insanely impressive. Like, what a turnaround, and just huge pickups halfway through the season. It's gonna be an Ilios pick out of Helios with a Genji ban out. So coming through as your number 4 seed, the higher seed, they will also they will not only get first map pick, but they will get first hero ban as well. You don't make it to promotion relegation matches for Master Division without being exceptional individual players on top of being an exceptional squad and having top tier teamwork. And that's Overwatch at its best. Overwatch at its absolute best. Let's go see, did these two teams play each other? So one thing I wanted to check while we're waiting for players to get in here, and I'm yapping at the lobby. Crimsons 3-1 Helios early in the season. Helios kind of had a similar story where they also struggled early. Like their 3 losses are all at the beginning of the season. So both these teams going red hot here at the end of season 6. Carter Garden has been the Achilles heel of a lot of teams. Helios being one of those, looking to fight, see if they can get their revenge after that upper bracket. Other than Carter Garden, Helios have not lost a series since August 27th. Nearly 2 months. Let's see, we did have Ilios to start previously, and it was a 2-1 for Crimsons. Genji Zen banned out in that map. Genji Kiri banned out this time. All right, let's get into Ilios. Hey, we actually turned off, Slow actually turned off streamer mode. Thank you, Slow. Thank you, Slow. big tank difference here. With, you're gonna have the D.Va out from Magically. You're gonna have to play on the fringes, really look hard for an opening. Something that Ginger Rifle's not gonna show easily. You've got a Mei backing up in Orisa. A lot of anchoring, a lot of map control, and a lot of sustain here on this point. As such, we do get first cap. Keep an eye on 5. This ante could be the thing to open it up here for Helios. Try to win this first fight. Or, I mean, a good shot from slow onto your BAP. That'll do it. Meanwhile, Magically is hunting down 2, including your other support. And this will be Helios taking first fight. Patient, methodical here in this opener. Carter's Garden or Vindy arrive. Hey, Carter's Garden are not to be trifled with. You don't fuck with the gardeners, all right? Just saying. But no, ADD observing there for a moment, I'm sorry. Oh, the clip reader board reset. I don't know if it did or not. Sights up here for slow. I think it's just every 30 days, right? It just goes back 30 days. Hey, please give me a clip leaderboard. Ooh, Cinch almost got picked there. Slow had already picked them off once this map, but Chef's not having it this time. Is there just go get in the face of that sniper. We did have Ginger swap over to a D.Va after that previous fight loss. And we're gonna get Crimsons winning out a team fight here. Get some percentage going. I mean, I guess they got early percentage, but winning their first fight rather. All right, slow off the Widow into a Soak. We've got a Nano and Magically going into a Hazard as well. That's Tropic Gym. Just Ajax that. Ame with a huge cancel on that sound barrier. Since is able to take Magically down. Slow has got 2 in this fight already, but it's looking like it's all that Helios is going to get. What a play out of Ame. Shut down that bait. Ooh, an enormous play. I'm sorry we didn't get that one on camera. But that would have absolutely been a fight win for Helios. Has Tropic Gym able to ring the sounds and shielding out here for Helios. Oh, beautiful Nano goes on to slow to save them from the dive out of Ginger. Iceland's gonna try to self-destruct, dancing around their own bomb. They will get back at Magnoti to help guard them there with a defensive wall. Is trying to back away. Also peeling here and make sure After doesn't drop a pulse there on a juicy support. Blizzard throwing on the objective. Magically was kind of caught behind it, stuck in a corner. We'll get rot down. And this is looking like Crimson's your 11th seed. With this opening round, Tropic Gym just getting chased across the map. After his pulse, didn't even see it go into the battlefield. The Cardboard D.Va. The Cardboard D.Va Crimsons comes out on top.
Ready for battle.
Is it just Chris Theory? Is Freya secretly bad?
1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
As you say that, Slow pulls out the Freya here for Lighthouse. For Well, rather. Already, you've got Ginger and the rest of Helios. And just kind of back it up, as we saw the Crimsons with this huge rotation. all the way around towards the opposite side of the map. And Ame finds a juicy opening pick. You take 5 out of the fight. You're able to get out. You don't trade. Beautifully done. Crimson's grab first cap. Ame, I mean, it's just been clutch so far here in this opening map. Now trying to sneak in after we're gonna see Tropic Jim go over to a brig. So no speed. They're trying to just protect 5, play more diving. Not able to get in on 5 themselves. Ame has kind of moved in, trying to just stick on him. Actually, will hunt them down, picks up that kill. It was a good adjustment with Tropic Jim going to the brig. We saw Ame, like, you know, abandon the attempt to try to get on the Ana. Looks to go try to find slow up in the high ground. That doesn't quite work. Ends up back down in the middle of the map, but you're able to focus down magically, and Crimson's continue to build percentage. Now Ame has a pulse ready to go. He's sneaking in. Good damage in on after. After very low. Slow already picked up there by the mark of Ginger. There's the pulse thrown towards 5. 5 able to survive. That was a must if Helios is going to come back. Need to get this nano in. That's a big anti. Lands, gets 2. After's going to throw in the pulse. Gets a pair with it, even though they have to sacrifice themselves to make it happen. We do get the nano boost. It's thrown onto Tropic Jim. Here to try to hang on. 87% in counting, and Ginger's going to find a kill on the slow. Tropic Jim backing away. Great out in hero select like the Lego games. It was regular seeding, regular season, higher seed got first pick. So Helios got first pick. I mean, Helios would have been both. Helios came through winner's bracket and was the higher seed out of regular season. But it was the 4th seed out of regular season that got them the first pick. This is, I mean, the power of the diva. We're seeing Iceland all over the place, anywhere and everywhere that they need to be to close out this 100-0 and get an upset on map 1. Crimsons will start off your lower bracket final with a 1-0 lead. Ginger 20-2 in that opening map. This is Ame. Ame, for me, was your player of the map there on Ilios. 18-3 in the Tracer. Your Helios, how do you respond? Let's see. Well, let's take a look at our previous matchup. Helios picked Watchpoint Gibraltar, which is still on the map, but one of the few, like 3 of these 4 maps are still here. Which is coincidentally enough, most maps change. Only 4 maps stayed total. 3 of them were played in this previous matchup. So that's pretty funny. Or do they want to try to lean into magically like Zari or something like that, keep it more ground and pound, right? I mean, we could see him, you know, just immediately go into, you know, we saw here that, you know, they like Renosapi, they like Kings. These are both Helios map picks. You know, we tried, definitely see him going something like ground and pound early and save the aerial map for, you know, more of a pocket pick. Okay, was Rialto? Oh, bans didn't show. Let's see, there was a Bat ban out of Helios and a Widow ban out of Crimsons. Let's get into map 2. All right, go. Oh, well, hey, I owe you some preds, don't I?
5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, I got her some preds for Rialto.
Attackers incoming.
Boom.
Stop the payload.
Oh yeah, I got it right as you said it, Blue Jay. Command PP is points, please. It's just kind of the general reminder. because you're humble producer here. I do tackle like 17 things at once. I do forget things. Okay, so even with Rialto, kind of a similar approach that I was thinking they might go into, where they're going to come out with the Winston comp here. You put slow into a hit scan, close enough. A long range projectile in this case, but a long range DPS more than technically a hit scan. And just a lot of poke damage. Chalk Jim here in the Wuyong is just going to put out buckets and buckets of damage. Now, that's all. It's all going to hinge around keeping 5 alive from Ame's dive. There it is. Ame, player of the map on Ilios, will find first blood here for the defense of Crimsons. Now, Magically has been able to respond with an important pick on Nodi. Nodi kind of playing this Torb once again, ended up being a good counter pick against the Winton. The only DPS that has armor is very good against the Winton Tesla Cannon. Very nice dive here there from Chef and Ginger. Ame playing some good one on the Magically. Good old anti-Ame. Planting a big old smackaroonie right on the cheek of Magically and sending the Winton back to spawn. Chef comes up with another and defense holds. About halfway through this first attack. The higher the better on those levels. So you want red, Blue Jay. Gets you through it from Sense. Just as Magically Nano jumps in. After does win the Tracer duel. An important dub there for After, and something that hasn't come easy. Now Pulse in the pocket. Slow, actually, the recipient of the title blast. Nice shot to find Chef so that they don't get an ultimate into this fight. Primal Rage in play. Magically is going to go in swinging. You gotta dance around some lava. There's a lot of damage thrown in your direction. Beautiful Suzu, thrown in from Sense, is able to save a couple of players, but not themselves. Ame blinks out of the way of the Pulse, out of After. Slow goes down as Nodi emerges and puts a rivet gun right to the chest of Slow. Woo! And one through the dome of After. Beat and play, and the defense holds with 65 to go. It's PP. Points, please. Big nade. That found Nodi. Nodi goes down. Huge nade. 5 almost got another ultimate online here. Oh, but the stick comes in before the ultimate gets built up. Ame will not make it out, but it's just enough damage is done. 5 is not in this fight. Really, the stick on Magically ended it. Tropic Gem kind of holding down the defense just with some span damage. And you have the threat of the After on the cart, means Ginger has to stay put. Can't risk going to die, Tropic Gem. But now with the Kitsu in play, here comes Ginger getting a lot more aggressive into this courtyard. Regenerative Wave, keeping the attacking team standing 5 strong. Nano to work with. Expect this automatically directly. There it is. Looking for the backline Suzu already used. No ultimates for the supports. Nodi does have another Molten Core, and the turret's already found After. The Molten Core now online. Just going to toss that all around this objective. Make it very dangerous for anybody to touch. Magically takes a lot of damage trying to make it out. Tropic Gem throws in the Tidal Blast onto the Winton. Sends the Swift Step in, body blocks for Nodi, and Nodi's able to escape, but only temporarily. A shot from Slow will put him down, and the OC is now in play to try to get this cart over the line. Slow will find 3 before the OC fades. Helios will put a point on the board here and continue to roll through Rialto. We get a pause. We used to call this corner the corner of death. Back to good old CGL days. It was notoriously, at least in Overwatch 1, I believe it was the hardest corner in the game. At least competitively. Like, it had the highest success rate for the defense. Good eat there out of Ginger. denies after a stick onto Nodi's Torb. Gonna get forced out. Magically does have this Primal Rage. He's gonna go in deep. He's already gotten the Kitsu out of the carry. Since does build up towards their own. He's gotten the Suzu out. They have the Kitsu ready to go. One headshot already in. Ginger's gonna find enough damage to take slow down. We're not gonna see that Kitsune rush. And this has been a bit of an interesting fight. Kind of a bit all over the place. Feels like both tanks kind of trying to chase down some squishy targets, vying for possession of this corner. And so far, despite there's even a second pick, Helios have not been able to get it. Now we'll see if the Primal Rage will be enough to get him around the corner of death. A Kitsu to try to reinforce this defense. Watch for Chef to get no sound barrier into the fight. I was like, keep an eye on Chef. Chef is dead. That is it. You have to save the beat for another day. Do we get a touch? Ame's still alive here. Oh, about to say a kill onto the Ana. Might have been enough to get a contest here, but alas. Oh, what a shot. Nodi. Okay. Look at that sleep dart. Good lord. Okay, magically he's going to go into a Zarya. This is not only a great pick against the D.Va just in a vacuum, you know, the one-on-one, but I mean, very, very strong pick for Magically. Even with Zarya has not been meta. We've seen Magically lean this direction before. But a good run down out of Ginger. Looks like they're going for the tank. They actually sneakily pick up Tropic Gym in the back line. Oh, I had Slow. Slow was so close. So close to dead. Now we're getting a very aggressive defensive posture. With 75 seconds to go. A little less, actually. Wonderful teleporter. What a play. We're going to loop around. You've got a nano boost to work with. You can throw this on and magically anchor the cart and flip this map. Sound barrier in. And it's going to actually be a sound barrier engaged. Nodi does not get the beat. Magically does get the nano. But still, Ginger's able to run down two before they get demeched. They will get a self-destruct out. Try to get remeched. But it looks like the map flip has actually worked. I mean, such a tough point to take. Now, though, Helios are going to start having spawners coming in from behind them. They need to get this D.Va out of here before that happens. All right, they will run the D.Va away. They can't get the D-Mech like they wanted, but they at least get everybody in front of them. Gets you from the defense. You've got the Tidal Blast here to get ready to go. The final seconds, great wall. Kitsu's gonna catch magically, and that's an immediate 2 kills on the board. Tropic Gym just barely even able to get the Tidal Blast even into the battle. No clue where it even went. Crimsons will deny entrance into the monastery.
Initiating match.
That sleep was downright disrespectful, Miss Evil. Or, excuse me, Miss Sinvi. Miss Envy. Downright diabolical.
Ready for battle.
When we talk about prettiest maps in the game, I think we often forget Rialto.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Really cool adjustment here. And one of the strengths of having Nodi on this Crimson squad, I mean, very easily and, I mean, potently, competently go into this Tracer Genji. Whoa, good shot though. Slow still has the accuracy and demands respect. It's gonna be opening picks here for this defense as After comes up with 2. Both your supports, as a matter of fact. So far, so good for the defensive Helios as they look to tie up your lower bracket finals. Ame already claiming a lot of space. Gets that recall force pretty early, though. Had an outstanding Helios. Had an outstanding Ilios, excuse me. As they were able to player the map there and dismantling Helios on Ilios. Oh, I had good position on it. Didn't have the clip to finish off After's jumping down and trying to find Ruyon. But look at this peel. Vibe with a beautiful shot. Is able to catch Ame on the descent. And that is a flawless hold. So far, no deaths for Ilios' defense. 2 minutes off the clock. That's a nano boost on him magically in the courtyard. You're able to just corner Nodi. Chase down Chef as well. Quick pair kills. Ginger, for the 3rd time, I believe, goes for a swim in the Thames. May I please the 5s POV? We can get you some 5. Actually, I was already on 5 POV. You got it. We can get some 5 POV here through this final fight. Or, excuse me. You know, there could be 2 more fights here on this point, eh?
They're pushing the payload. Cut them off.
That's gonna be a Kitsu out of Sins. Just try and head on a swivel there, both different directions. Magically is going to leap into the final seconds of the Kitsune rush with the Primal. Try to see if they can isolate these supports. Actually clips the post there. That might have been the saving grace here for Chef. Are they going to try to get the beat down? Oh yeah, up into the window. You're going to drop the bait. Nodi's already down as Magically finds that kill. Slow has gotten OC into play. But 5 gets taken down. Good pulse out of Ame as they, stick yet another. So this attacking squad's running out of sustain. Ginger's out of mech. There's just not enough. Not enough sustained damage, long-term damage. They don't get the burst and they need in time. This defense holds with 20 seconds to go. 5 has returned halfway towards a nano. Let's play it in. Oh, he's just trying to find anything. He's just going to get stuck. After a time to line that one up. Calculate the wind vector on it. Down 1. Helios have this one in the back. Crimson's going to need a miracle. Try to get this one over the line. The nano boost comes into play on to Slow. And they're going to be more than enough here to hold on point A. Helios will tie us up here in Rialto. Aww. Oh, there's some stats there for map 2. Magically 28 and 5. Leading the server at 13.8k. Slow, I mean, had a hell of a map as well. I mean, Slow and After both. But, I mean, Slow with, 13k in their own right. Nodi comes up with 12k damage between the Torb and the Genji. it makes sense for Crimson's to ban out the Sojourn and take that away from Slow. That makes a lot of sense. To me, these both feel like Crimson's bans. My first thought, obviously, is they were going to attack magically Zarya. But obviously, it makes more sense that they're attacking Slow's Sojourn. Slow is the more hard hit scan in the lobby. We're headed to Aatlis. You can see the new map. I'm still learning the names of the points here. Okay, magically showing us the Mauga. Now, that actually brings up an interesting point. We have had a massive shift. Well, we've had a patch come through. When Season 19 dropped yesterday, right? So, you know, the word on the campfire, you know, the Mauga actually very strong with these new changes.
5, 4.
I was wondering the same thing on why not ban the Diva as well. But this is making more sense. The Mauga pick, now the Zarya ban is making a lot more sense. And this, you know, something, you know, the new patch is something I honestly didn't even consider of them going into this. You know, you've got a buff on Juno as well, which really enables Mauga. So I'm surprised to not see 5 in the Juno, sticking with this Lucio Curie to back this Mauga up. But it still seems to be working nevertheless. Slow having great impact already, 40% towards this first Deadeye, despite having their Sojourn banned away. And we're going to get first cap over to Helios. Now some wicked fast ult charge here for Sins, and Ginger for that matter. Ame just gets in the face of magically. Great jab spam from Ginger, just nullified Gunner and Cha-Cha. Or Gunny and Cha-Cha. Slow's still able to strike back. Slow's just so vicious, y'all. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, it felt like Helios should have been way down in that fight. And Slow was able to find some trades and really keep this hairy, really keep this interesting. Now, reinforcements have returned. And the Helios are 5 strong again, pushing back onto the point. And by 5 strong, I mean 5 is here with the Kitsu, about ready to come online. It's caught up to Singe, gets a beautiful kill to take Singe out of the fight. Do you want to invest the Kitsu? Dropping him is down. Ginger's able to pick up 1, but magically and Slow will find that kill despite a Blizzard coming in and freezing up magically. I believe Helios has got this one in the bag. At least this fight. Checking the tectonic from after. Kitsu in play from Sins. You immediately just get the burrow from after. Tropicum's gonna drop the beat. Hits 3-4 at the very end. It is not hit magically. The Kitsu is fading though, and after he's able to get a kill, Ame gets beat down by whichever big machine gun that was. Ginger on their last leg gets it cut out from underneath them by Slow, and that is the point going over to Helios as they take station.
Next, Flashpoint Garden.
You can't have a map without having a point called Garden. Am I Overwatch? Okay, I'm moving in to regroup with the rest of the team. The Slow fights too. I think it was just a good recognition of the split. Didn't see the overrun lineup in the assists, but we heard it land. Also, wicked cool Mauga skin. I like this Mauga skin. Huge cage fight, but Chef gets the sound barrier in. Death Blossom right in the middle of the cage. But you know what? That cardiac overdrive kept magically a lot longer alive, a lot longer than I expected. Still Slow's able to clap back, finds a pair. And the cage fight will do the job, despite losing your tank. We didn't get a cheeky little flip at the point here from Crimson's, but Helios will win the team fight. They'll come reclaim Gardens. Rampage versus Tectonic as far as ultimates are concerned. Tropic Gym a little bit behind Chef here in the sound barrier. Huge! Rampage lands. Slow does not get the cleanse. 5 was able had to cleanse Tropic Gym. It was too important. It means you lost your key hit scan. One could argue that the cast is even more important. Now, late kills come through as after finding Ginger Refill, the back into the Tectonic Shock. Sound barrier lands from Tropic Gym, trying to win out what I believe is a 3v3 left on this point. Nobody's able to find a kill onto the tank, give a massive advantage over, but now we're down to a 2v2. And Chef is pulled out of the sky by Tropic Gym in after. Slow will get their recall force. Cinch returns. Ginger back in this fight as well. Kitsu in play. They're out of Cinch suit. And this is just going to aura off Helios. The zoning Kitsu gets control back over to Crimson's. Might have needed to get a little bit more value than that, though. Especially if 5 comes up with their ultimate in the middle of this fight. Looking for... Oh, 5 could just get a kill in the neutrals and say, really, Crimson's needed to get the kill in the neutral. It's 5 who comes up with a 2-piece. Looking for a 3rd. Slow comes up with the final blow on the Singe. Hey, you know what? Honorary 3-piece. There for 5. Hey, it is a factual 2-0 lead here on Aatlis.
Flashpoint Resort.
Alma goes to match the Venture. Oh, there's an opener. That's what you needed. Oh, and the rainy skin, no doubt. So she's got her little frog friend. Kitsu ready to go? But points been capped already. That's gonna be the wall in. There should be an opener. That's gonna be the Kitsu coming down once the May wall was already invested. Tropic Gym runs to find Chef. Nodi just gonna ice block on point. Ginger after swapping off the Queen back, trying to match this Maga. It does not work out here so far. Magically with a 3-piece. First Catwell. The first fight win goes over to Helios. We did get 46% there from Crimson's off that initial cap. All right, this Blizzard's got to be enormous. Tectonic beat and cage fight. Cage fight's gonna catch Ginger immediately. Sound barrier's gonna hit 4. Magically does get frozen. The Blizzard's good, but the Kitsu gets them free. They're able to overrun out, but no kills from the cage fight. Tectonic sound barrier combo. Now the clapback comes in, and a beautiful clapback at that. Double support olds here to slingshot Crimson's into control of Resort. Beautiful timing on their support ultimates. What a play to survive the 3-ult combo. Helios was just trying to close the map out then and there and perhaps got a little bit greedy. Love this aggressive play. Catch slow early. Don't give slow time to set up for that Deadeye. Ame's going to go ahead and invest in the Tectonic across this. Picks up 2. You did lose Chef in that. I believe that was the only death, though. Yeah, you still have your Curie here. And Resort will go the way of Crimson's. Keeping things interesting here in Aatlis. What do we got? All right, we got Bazaar. Bazaar's in blue. That's right. New tank better hard counter Maga. There's the run it. There's the blizzard. Magically ends up off the side, courtesy of Chef. This will be a first cap. Did cost you Blizzard and Kitsu. Only Deadeye invested, so I was going to go ahead and move over to a Freya. No, okay, a Tracer. I was going to say, the Freya would struggle to find value. Everybody can just kind of duck and dodge. You can cryo freeze or burrow. You know, just kind of shrug off those take aim bolts. So. You also get, you know, more juggling, more anchor presence on the objective here with a Tracer. Ability to run down Ame. That's a hell of a start. There's two. You find Sins. One clip on a Nodi. And slow after the swap on a Tracer immediately puts 3 into the feed and puts Helios in control here on Bazaar. Chef a touch behind on the sound barrier. But it is up to the Crimsons to decide when they want to attack. They're going to go in pretty quick. Cage fight in. Looks like they caught after with it. Absolutely did. Trapper Jim did not get the sound barrier into that. After was just kind of too separated from the rest of the team. Now Trapper Jim's going to get picked. Not good here for Helios. Only good news is they were able to flip this point at 58%. So there's time for another fight here for Helios. But and they don't invest anything, I suppose, is the other good news. Magically does not get that bait, is in trouble. Ginger's gonna find that kill. That should just be the point. The Maga is just gonna be too much of a presence on this objective for anybody to really take down without ultimates to cheat that. Yeah, you are able to trade out a couple here if you're Helios, but now you're left in a 3v2, and the Cardiac Overdrive is just going to leave Ginger nigh unkillable. Overruns meet each other. Kitsu thrown right on top of Magically. They have no choice but to try to anchor on this card. Trying to overrun away. Here comes Trapper Jim trying to save. Good boop initially. Kept Magically alive for quite a bit. But Crimson's focus fire looks like it's going to hang on here. Helios will be able to save this Kitsune for the next fight. We go to our 5th and final flashpoint here for Aatlis. We're headed to Town Center in Tan. A pretty even run from both teams. Looks like Crimson's might get a slight defender's advantage here as Ame is able to get in a position, move on to the point. You can see kind of paralleling. That's a word. I know it's a word. Magically to the side. Slows wrapping around, trying to create a horseshoe with pulse in hand. Lots of ultimates here for this first explosive fight. It's going to be the sound barrier thrown in first. Nodi's got a Blizzard Females cage fight in first. Now the beat in from Chef. Hits 5. Ame trying to layer in the Tectonic. You're able to get a couple kills with that. Ame finding 2. First cap will go to Crimsons. It was a pretty heavy investment. Was it 4 ult investment? 3 ult investment? I guess Kitsu was the fight before on the previous point back on Bazaar. But 3 ult investment out of Crimson to take that fight when after going to try to take this point back with a Tectonic. Woo! That is a glorious Tectonic. The mountains of cleave damage. That was both of your ultimates here. Oh, after finding Sins. And the Kins was so close. The Kitsu was so close. Slow the swap onto the Raper. You've already found one. Cobra! Alright, since its return. Kitsu ready to go. Helios in control. One last shot for Crimson's here to take this map. Kitsune Rush now into play. Slow comes in alongside the overrun, but the blizzard is huge. Magically, it gets Suzu'd. Is going to overrun out of the Kitsune Rush. So with the double ult investment here from Crimson's, it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. They do not have their Kyria in this fight. Nobody's able to find Tropic Gym. There's no supports left. Sins, okay, Sins has made it back in. I'll make down. After is going to eventually take them down as well. And that just might be the series. Nobody finds two! You've kept Crimson's alive and on point. Ginger is holding down the objective inside a magically cage fight. They're able to find two. Magically themselves going down. But Helios stand tall, slow. Death Blossoms on the point. And that should just be the victory. Oh, as I say that, Ahmed makes it in. Had to use the Tectonic for the extra cooldowns, but does make it to the point after with their own Tectonic shock and a Kitsune Rush in play here from Helios. Gives them an enormous advantage to close out this OT, and close it out they shall. Moving up to match point here in your lower bracket finals. You have Esperanza or New Queen Street to choose from here if you're Crimson's. How about some stats there from map 3? Iceland drops the 20k. 32 elims in the lobby, but whew, you're looking at slow it after, dropping 40 bombs. 45 and 44, both 15k damage. 16k out of magically as well. So even though Ginger had the higher peak, as far as damage is concerned, it looks like the teamwork of Helios get it done there on round 3. Map 3, rather. 8 to 9 and Deaths with 13 kind of being the exception there for magically. You're looking at 10 to 16, 9 to 16 on the other side. A few more fight wins, a handful more fight wins there for Helios. Okay, so apparently there was a Maga ban. Okay, so Crimson's banned out the Maga. Means Helios banned out Lucio.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Well, too slow in the draw there. Too slow in the draw. Unfortunate, Imperish. Unfortunate. Alright, we are getting into the magically has. It's really the only big difference here. I mean, we do have Chopper Jim returning to a Wuyong. But dive versus anti-dive. Counter dive. Well, no, it's anti-dive. Counter dive is when you, like, you in your own right try to dive and out dive the other opponent. Anti-dive is, hey, we're gonna pick heroes with armor, like this Orisa, like this Torbjorn, like this Brig, and see if we can burst through magically and company, before they can burst through us. So far, it works out. I mean, taking down both supports, there you go. What a start. Iceland does end up overextending. Really nice wall. The jagged wall actually LOS to the lamp. So that we did not get the immortality effect onto Ginger. Smart play. Big brain play out of magically. I was getting in character. Oh, it's okay. There's a pause anyway. It's the perfect time to get in that. Let's say if anybody, nobody wanted them to try to attack that point. They're like, come on, let me use an Amp Matrix Molten Core. All right, Pulse available here for After. After's gonna get the Tidal Blast. Ooh, actually got stunned. Ends up right back into the fire. No, After. You blink through the fire, then recall back into it. 5 and slow end up finding a bit of revenge, or maybe redemption. However you want to look at it. But oh my god, Ginger's just gonna C9 this point. Yeah, Ginger just C9 the point. No shot. Wow. All right, so checkpoint picked up. Still plenty of time left on the clock. That's an enormous checkpoint. Kina and Ame playing around Mega. After giving chase, moves back in within sightlines of their support. See Chef here trying to keep them topped up here in the back line. Good finds, they're able to clear off After. Meanwhile, Ginger's cleared off the front. Slow, trying to answer back, has been able to clap back onto one. There's a good pick. Finds Ame around the flagpole. Now we're at a 3v3. Ginger once again has run away with the spoon, aka TS1, but is split from their support. So we'll see how long Ginger's able to stay up. Slow, recognizing this, is going to go put some shots down onto the Orisa. Ginger turns around and runs him down using both cooldowns. Rally and play from Chef. Spear lands. 5 is gone. Ginger, you monster. Never mind Captain Iceland. You are General Iceland right now. Oh, I don't know how Ginger doesn't make it into the lamp. I saw the lamp come down. Maybe the lamp was just destroyed. It's high. But hey, Singe finds 2, including a pick onto the newly swapped magically Winton. Winton's in chat. We're looking at a 5.5 minute cap right now. All right, Tidal Blast thrown on to After. After runs up. Finds Singe with the explosion on the Tidal Blast. Tropic Gym ends up with a 3-piece in that fight, as a matter of fact. Including the one gifted from the ultimate onto After. There's 4. I have to vote for my players, but on the reels, After is a monster. Can't argue that. And now teams are just kind of poking and prodding around high ground. That's a big move. Magically, he's like, okay, I've had enough of this bot still crap. He's gonna go try to intercept. The Terror Surge will get interrupted, but Ame is able to take the take out as well. Trade the tank out, that is. So we're just playing with squishies here for a minute. Nobody on the front line. Woo, you'd think with that 300 health and a lot of armor to work with, might have an advantage in that fight, but no, it's the Nano Slow with a pair of kills. In control of TS1. Yeah, Helios was kind of allergic to the bot there for the opening couple of minutes, weren't they? Slow with the OC is just gonna aura everybody away from the point. Oh, you do actually get the contest. Ginger gets there, I mean, just in the nick of time. There had to be like 0.1 meters left. Lamp in to try to save them. Very low. Heals are there. And somehow Ginger stays alive. Magically is the one cut down on the point. Slow receives the Tide Pod. Looks to go chase down Nodi. Nodi's not having any of it. It's Christmas for Crimsons here in New Cream Street. Nodi is Santa Claus. But Spear actually landed. All right, we're looking at 4 ultimates, including Rally, ready to go here for Crimson's. Less than 3 minutes to go. Ame's able to find an opening pick and onto a wonderful target. Finding slow immediately. A couple of big clips will get this primal out of magically. Magically's trying to chase after escorting magically back to spawn, picking up a kill on to Iceland along the way. So Crimson's went out of steam here despite using double support ultimates and a decent pulse out of Ame. Dropping Gem's kill on to Nodi should just put an end to this attack. Woo! Dropping Gem just weaving water into kills here. I like that Ginger's using the charge jab as opposed to the shield. Even with Tropic Gem just throwing in buckets of damage. Like, no, we're not putting a shield up. F that. Planetary Wawa, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. There's the title pod thrown in. The Tropic Gem is pulled into the Orisa ultimate. But Ginger purple, we got lava all over the place. It's not going to protect him. Magically leaps in and ends up dying on the way to get a kill on the Ginger. Nodi stands tall and is your mini tank here at the end of the fight with a $120 left to go. Nano boost available. Long road to go. I mean, that incredible, like, 0.1 meter contest out of Ginger means there's still a checkpoint to pick up here for Helios. They want to push through this map. Slows in Trouble's got to slide away after eating a jab. After's going to move in and take down your BAP. There's just no room for the OC. We're going to go ahead and try a nano overclock to turn a miracle here. 5 able to get a kill through that as well. Dodging around. The Tracer runs into the turret. But it does look like a fight win for Helios, but it's all said and done, although not a convincing one. They're still standing when it's when the dust settles. Got Aurora Noctis if only we didn't get snaked. Ah, I know, right? Losing Nodi hurt. Losing Nodi definitely hurt. Speaking of losing player, losing Ginger's gonna hurt. And I don't think we're gonna get a last second contest on this one. I'm in a bit of, putting down a bit of pressure here. Lands the stick! Beautiful delivery on to 5. Blinks in. It was a title blast to use. Keeping slow in that fight. Rally on the point, fading from Chef. We did eventually get this checkpoint, so... You know, butt scratch come and gone, but looks like this Molten Core might just do it. It's a self-title blast from Chopping Gym, a last-ditch effort to try to hang on, but Crimsons will force a map 5. We're going down to one final tiebreaker to determine who moves into your grand finals. Juven and Nodi are too pure to blame. No. Very, very close, map 4. I mean, stats look very even. I mean, 5 to 6 deaths, 6 to 7 deaths. The tanks have 8 apiece. Very, very close. Standouts from that map 4. Ame 25 and 6. Nodi 22 and 5 with 12k damage. We'll take gold damage in the lobby. Able to beat out slow on the other side, which is pretty nuts considering slow's in a Soj, right? Map 5, here we go. Helios can choose between anything. Do they want to go towards another, like, Winston-favored map? I don't think they've used their Diva ban yet. So it wouldn't surprise me to see us go to, like, a high ground-oriented map and get that Diva ban in. All right, we're just waiting for this to get finalized. We are going to a high ground map. We are going to Jibby. It's going to be a Maga ban. Wait a minute. No. Is Maga getting banned the other side, or is that... No, that's old ban. I'm guessing it's a Diva ban out of Helios. Oh, okay. It's a Curie and a Freya ban. Helios ban Curie. Yeah. Absolutely. Crimsons are going to try to take the Freya out from slow. Being really the only hit scan in here, I don't see that Helios would ban the Freya. We're at 91% believers in Helios as far as 185K on Helios. My goodness. Yo, I mean, there's some Helios, but talk about putting your money where your mouth is. My goodness. Helm, thank you for the follow. Says I put 10 points on Helios. I went all in. Helios is also very good on Jib. Yeah, they look like they're kind of holding this in their back pocket. All right, let's get into map 5.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, you got 100 FACEIT points in Parrish. Let's go. I forget how many. It's like... Oh, I don't remember how. You know, you can build up towards like a battle pass or whatever. I think it's quite a bit, but you know, you got a few. Oh, I love that skin so much. Okay, so we're getting the JQ defense on Watchpoint Gibraltar. This is... Are they anticipating the Winton? I don't know, but it would work decent against a hazard, I suppose. A lot of burst damage, and you've got, you know, some good sustain in that trade. With the Junker Queen gets a little bit more lifesteal, but yeah, they're not looking to play high ground. Crimson's just immediately going to come in. We're going to get a fight in car wash. This is going to get close quarters real quick. Keep an eye on Ame. Ame right now. Oh, yeah, there you go. Just drops in, lands that virus, and that's a good defensive hole right there. Just dropped in behind the attackers. Threw that virus into the back of Magically. We are going to get after going into a Phara here. Or is it a Phara here? You know, just kind of try to surround the car wash. See if they can just pour in damage from all directions. You got Nodi hanging down here with the May wall to block things off. And Ame can use the Sombra to not only keep the Mega hacked here, which is genius, but to kind of, yeah, move around and keep tabs on exactly how Helios are approaching this. It's a very smart strategy. It's brilliant. Look at it. Ame's already on the other side. Yet after spinning in circles, like shooting a ghost, meanwhile, Ame executes Magically for the second time. I love this wrinkle into this strategy. What a brilliant play. Uh-oh. The miss, though. The miss of the virus. And Ame ends up selling themselves out. And that's just the opener. That was kind of the X factor here for this defense. Shout used to try to hold on. So close to ultimates. This defense lost Nodi. And now Sins is in a dangerous spot. Lamp in, saving you temporarily. After we'll get picked. But once they found Ame, Helios were kind of able to just collapse in on the car wash. I think Nodi is gauging the potential retake here. 90% to Blizzard wants to get that up sooner rather than later. Who didn't even get to touch? Ginger coming in for the touch? Yeah. Tide Pod goes on to Slow's Junkrat. Looking to hold this corner where Sids has the Ant Matrix in play. Meanwhile, there is a Blizzard on this objective. But Slow ends up getting Chef and Sids. And the Blizzard gets nada. Keep a setup, an eye on this setup for this EMP. We also got a Rampage coming in, but this EMP is, ooh. Oh, this has been scouted. Beautiful play from 5. Rampage will find 2. Let's see. Did not land, I don't think. 5 and after get picked. Shuttle's been cleaned off. 5 just couldn't escape. There was no disengage for 5 off of that shuttle. And this defense holds.
Catch you later. Hackeo listo.
If I get this skin, I may have to rock this skin. This is a good skin. I'll rock the ginger combo here. This is the only galactic weapon I have is the Joker coin. Chef with a beautiful rally. Oh, but eats a big purple out of 5. Slow hits Nodi. I believe it was also purpled in that. After's gonna pick up too. What? How does that happen? You ever just not setting up for the ZMP at all? It ends up being a low ground fight where After is able to dash through 2 more. It gets 4 before it's all said and done. The quad nade comp. That was quite the comp we were seeing. I don't know that I've ever seen a quad nade comp. Yeah, we might have to study that one. That was a tidal blast. Ginger gets bailed out by a beautiful lamp, but still won't survive. EMP from Abe finds 2. After brought down before they can get the blade into this fight, but magically is nanoed and still pushing this card in. Abe is able to find a kill on a Tropic Gem, but there's no Junker Queen to anchor. There's just not enough, beefy bodies to hold this card. And eventually, magically, will just take it on out of the shuttle bay. One of these teams is going to be in Master Division. Hey, theoretically, both of these teams could be in Master Division. Did y'all even consider that? Ahmed goes over to a hot zone. I hate this skin. It's not that I actually like the skin, I hate the bow. Rampage hits 3. That is an enormous rampage out of Ginger. They're going to axe through 5 immediately. Just pull the trigger on that right out of the gate. You get off so many cooldowns. I mean, the lamp actually doesn't work. Get a moment of pause. So you just hide. Hide from the ant matrix. Do not peek on me. Do not peek on me. Okay, this is what happened in the game. Are you kidding? That was fun Overwatch. Are you joking me? Magically is going to go over to a Azar. We've had Ginger come off of the JQs. Now in an Orisa here to hold this important corner. I mean, just so good at anchoring this corner, putting shots down range here. I love the Orisa here for this point C. Blade out from After. Trying to go jump into the backline behind the Orisa. Will immediately find Sids. Chopping through the Torb. Gonna be a little bit more difficult. A couple of swipes and you've only gotten through half the health. Nodi, he's able to scare you away, but Slow, meanwhile, has won the duel over Ame, and this card is around this final corner. Boss Ellison Rojado. I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Nade lands onto Nodi. Magically trying to corner. See if they can find the kill. Will receive the nano boost. After's able to take down Ame, but magically here has the tidal blast, and you're able to mow through Ginger Rifle with a little help from Slow's OC. Asleep on the chef, honestly wouldn't have woken him, but you know what? It's fine. You get the cap. 45 seconds on the bank. Helios looking good here on WPG. And whoever was talking about this being a Helios map, you were not kidding. No lies detected.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
The woman said, "Take me upstairs for a romantic evening." "I'd rather not," said the lighthouse keeper. Slow state on the Hanzo here for this defense.
As best I can.
Okay, Shimada Brothers with a very greedy on a Wuyong backline. We typically see the Kiri alongside the Wuyong. I'd say even on this map. Quick teleport. Just to kind of get in the phase here. Alright, anybody stay up there? Yeah, we do keep the Brig and Nodi up here. So we've got Nodi in position with the use of that teleport. And Chef here to try to back him up. But they are alone. Wall used defensively. Nodi's able to find 5. What a shot out of Nodi! Purple, they land a dinker right under the dome of 5. And that is just going to be the defense forced to back away. After was hoping to get a trade, see if they could kind of stall, you know, maybe buy some time to get 5 back into this fight. Uh-oh, that is not where you wanted to go. Tropic Jim's in trouble. And this is too late to lose Tropic Jim. This is a nasty trade, would be a nasty stagger. There comes the peel. Oh, Tropic Jim made the only play they possibly could. They're able to back away up through that high ground. Magically has to use a jump circle up there and protect. Magically is able to take back Bubble. That is a big ante landing onto that high ground. See if Ginger's able to pursue. Ginger was looking for it, but 5 backs away. Now has a, you know, intimidating position above both of these DPS in this defense. After's in trouble. We'll get run down, but you've lost Cinch in your back line. Magically topped up by one of the amp healings. It was not the nade. Blizzard in on top of Magically. 86%, not close enough to the nano to really help here. And this is looking troublesome. The wall will block the nade. And a good attack put together here from Crimson's as they just march on through point A. Oh, we're going to camp on this map. All right, there you go. There you go. Tide Pod thrown onto a 75 health after. Dropping down the shield from the Brig. We'll fend most of that off. We'll deny the stun. Meanwhile, Ginger gets nanoed and finds 2. Ginger overextends a bit. You get the Nano Blade on the point and try to stop this card at 1.6 meters, and after it finds both of your supports. Good volley on Ame, dancing around with the Shimada brother. Ginger still alive and blasting. Was it 2v1 on this point? Slow on this point? All right, your muscle off slow. I like that play. Ginger goes for the squishy, knowing Magically is forced to stay on the card. They cannot give up this point. Otherwise, that is the check mark. So a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. The adaptive, the wave from Tropic Gym will not keep the Winton alive. I think eventually this defense will crumble. I mean, Magic's made it back. Magic's also got a primal here if they want to just continue to buy time. They are going to go ahead and invest this. So self-destruct out. Is this going to be enough to get you over the line? Oh, 0.65. Magically dances under a meter. Give it up there for that self-destruct. Comes, leaps off the point. It was anchored by After in the meantime. D-Mech on the Ginger rifle. This defense is going to stabilize. The pick on the Ginger will do it. Unbelievable hold. 0.65 meters. Nodi's still trying to just come out blasting to see if they can get this thing over the line. The last half a meter necessary. It's a self-blast out of Tropic Gym. The stun will take Nodi down. The defense stabilizes. Was less than 2.5 to go. Unbelievable. Defense with a quick pair of kills right out of the gate. Get that white boy off, Winston. Hey, Winston is a hero of the people, all right? Nodi back into a tracer once again.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Good rundown on the 5 who had their own nano boost. Smart play. Crimson's just go first. The moment Ginger Rifle is in striking distance of that backline, they pull the trigger on that nano boost. And, I mean, despite, you know, a slight advantage even in ultimates here for the defense. Oh, we're actually going to get an investment here. Slow is going to go ahead and blade. They think they can win this. They're going to cut through Chef. They're going to cut through Abe as well. They have an anchor on the cart. They do. We have not gotten the second point on the board. Self-destruct out of Ginger. The deflect onto the sleep, but the rematch kill gets Slow. But magically has returned. Slow's job is done. Even though they're ragdoll across the point, but still. We have not gotten a cap. Still, we have not gotten a cap. 5 hits, 2 with an anti-nade, but there's the sleep on to after, and eventually the second point on the board. A little bit of a sniper duel over the rooftop right now. Slow's just gonna put their attention on this cart. If you can get the tracer or even significant damage onto Ginger, just means the cart will go nowhere. And magically he'll be free to roam. Slow finds Singe. That'll do it. Slow's gonna find Chef as well. That's both supports. Damn, Slow. You monster! Bucko 7 to the clock. Slow had the angle, but couldn't quite hit the head. Since is going to throw the nano boost onto Ginger, but we get the Tidal Blast thrown onto Magic, and that will increase healing onto the Winton. So, you know what? We'll go hunt down the Wuyong instead. Works out well. Singe is able to finish off the former, and Ginger comes up with 2. This is looking good for Crimsons to send us into extras. Especially with Singe finding after so late in this fight. Not a lot of stall available. Ginger finds Slow. Nodi waiting at the poles here at the right door. We'll go ahead and hold that down. Magically does make it out of the spawn, but only to be greeted by a enormous amount of damage into the back line to eliminate the Ana. I like Ginger's spot, but you know what? Good shot out of Slow has found Sins. And After's able to get 1, too. After still holding on to this cart, and Slow is moving in to find a kill on Ame. Slow is low, Nodi picks up the kill, but we are down into a very broken final fight with overtime going, and Helios with a trip to Master Division just moments away. They have stood up through the test of time. They make it up miraculously in Season 4, and they put up miracle holds here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. It was down to the wire, but Helios hang on to claim the map, to claim the series in a 3-2. We'll see you in Master Division, Iliad Helios. Not to mention your grand finals. Wow, what a dub. What a map fiver. What a dub. Oh, your 11th seed Crimsons will get sent home in 3rd place. But, I mean, what an outstanding season. What an incredible turnaround. And an extremely close map 5. General Ginger, General Iceland comes out 43-10 in Jibby there. 18k damage will lead the server, but it's the teamwork. It's the teamwork of Helios, and we saw this multiple times throughout the night. I mean, we're the DPS duo. I mean, out damages Nodi and Ame on the other side here for map 5, but even in maps where they don't, right? You see the teamwork of Helios. They're really coming together here. Who to give this player of the match to? I mean, these 23 assists from 5 are looking really nice. 5, I mean, I think 5 has got it. 38 assists there in that win on Aatlis. I think 5 has got to be your player of the match here tonight. 100%. I mean, outstanding in that flex support role, time and time again. An insane match. I'm still reeling. That was incredible, y'all. That we'll still see Crimson's in your promotion relegation matches, and it would not surprise me to see your 11th seed move up into Master Division for Season 7. That's how good they looked here tonight. Impeccable performance, but hats off to Helios. They're going to move up into your grand finals where they will take on Carter Garden on Saturday. We will have that grand finals right here. Same skunk time, same skunk channel. But that is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. What a wonderful series. It was amazing to see all you beautiful people here in chat supporting Tier 2, supporting these amazing teams.